Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having an amazing day, because if you're having an amazing day, I'm having an amazing day. And if I'm having an amazing day, you too should be having an amazing day. Okay, right. Lobster King has struck again. Okay, let's take a look at what Lobster King Jordan B. Peterson's latest tweet. And this is a tweet that got him under fire, right? Let's take a look. Sorry, not beautiful. And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Okay, first of all, is authoritarian tolerance supposed to be a wordplay of sorts, supposed to be an oxymoron of sorts? Because authoritarian and tolerance are two mutually exclusive terms, you see. If you are an authoritarian, you're naturally intolerant of, of certain behavior which you deem to be deviant, which is more of a trait of the right than the left, because fundamentally, authoritarianism is a right-wing philosophy, even though the right likes to frame it as a left-wing philosophy. They like to say the left are authoritarian. Yeah, it's actually, authoritarianism is fundamentally a right-wing philosophy, right? Okay, and furthermore, why is this dirty birdie looking at women who are younger than his daughter? Now, if he were widowed or divorced, that would be understandable, but yeah, this plus-size model seems to have triggered him a great deal. But the thing is, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So being a man, I know that when a man responds in such a revolted manner to the sight of a bare female form, that is an unspoken sign that his pecker has risen. It's just like those Muslim guys in my country of Malaysia, when they see a Malay girl without a headscarf, something, they see a Muslim girl without a headscarf, they go, hey, tutup aurat, which means cover your head. Or basically they see a Malay girl, a Muslim girl who's like showing off too much skin, they say, hey, cover up. But I tell you, these very same guys will be found at you'll find these very same guys at Zouk or Ministry of Sound on a Saturday night looking at sexy Chinese and Indian girls. And it's no different for right-wing Christian men, So you see, when men get very revolted, when they act very revolted at the sight of a bare female body, it usually means that their pecker has secretly gone up and they're trying to look respectable, right? It's kind of like when some women go bleh when they see a sight of a bare naked male body, but they're getting a lady boner. But I'm digressing. Let's stay on topic, okay? I don't want to digress. First of all, Jordan, this lady is young enough to be your daughter, you dirty birdie. If it's a young man, I can understand, but you ogling women who are young enough to be your daughter. And furthermore, why do some men feel the need to, when they see a woman dressing a certain way or behaving a certain way in public, or just making her own life decisions, why do some men feel the need to give their opinion when no one asked for it, when it comes to women's affairs? Like Peterson was saying once, oh, you'd better start thinking about having children, because a career cannot make you happy. You are not going to give birth to those children. How do you know what a woman wants, right? It's okay. But anyway, he wasn't very happy about it. He is basically just triggered by the sight of this plus-size swimsuit model. And basically nobody is coming up to him with a gun and saying hey, you better find this lady attractive, which I think he does, or we're gonna blow your brains out. Nobody is forcing, literally the right just comes up with reasons to be triggered, right? Like just like the critical race theory bullshit. Like critical race theory isn't even being taught in school, but they just came up with it as like a boogeyman in order to fearmonger parents, in order to get parents on their side, The right always likes to come up with a big bad wolf every time, after all, the right needs a big bad wolf to survive. And in Lobster Man's case, in this case, it's basically plus size models, basically enforcing a fascist beauty standard, basically forcing people to find plus size models attractive, or if you don't find them attractive, we're going to throw you in a gulag and force you to work like a, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what people said about Peterson's tweet. I'm sure he's got some spicy responses. Okay, well, she's not bad looking. I mean, granted, she could lose a couple of pounds for her own health, to be very frank. See, nobody's going to throw me in a gulag if I say that. Okay. Hassan Abi, sorry, not beautiful. And no amount of tolerance is going to change that. Damn, Peterson looks like a crack addict, man. Seriously. Okay. Yeah, why do men feel it's their duty to publicly pronounce their view on the attractiveness of women? Couldn't you just keep it to yourself? Exactly. I know. Yeah. Okay, well, she's not bad looking, but granted, like one of my subscribers said, she could lose a couple of pounds for her health, but it's not my business, but she is attractive. I tap that. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah. Oh dear, is he performing cunnilingus? Oh, haram. Can't show you this. We're supposed to be a clean channel, a clean, goody, teacherly sort of channel, an educational channel. Okay, let's take a look at more stuff on this guy's gold mine. He's been throwing like a literal temper tantrum these past few days and have all kinds of advice. I'll bet they do. Okay. Oh, James Lindsay. Okay, let's see what else Peterson has to say. He did put up a follow-up tweet on that. On the plus size model, because people were attacking him. That this is his follow-up tweet. It's a conscious, progressive attempt to manipulate and retool the notion of beauty, reliant on the idiot philosophy that such preferences are learned and properly changed by those who know better. But don't let the facts stop you. Okay, here's the thing. If you find pencil-thin women attractive, because in modern Western culture, that seems to be the beauty standard ever since the Victorian era, right? When men liked dainty, thin women in the Victorian era, right? In the Renaissance, it was different. If you like that standard, literally nobody is stopping you from liking thin women. Okay? But to think that this is, some universal sort of preference that basically throughout the entire world, every single man has the same kind of preference. That is very, very, I don't want to say, I'll just say it's Anglo-centric in a sense, because you're only seeing things, not even from a Western point of view, but from a very limited Western point of view. And you're basically viewing things from a very rigid, contemporary Western sort of lens, right? Beauty is not set in stone. Standards of beauty vary according to the culture and time period. Yes, standards of beauty change over time, like I think, it's not, I put another tweet somewhere around here. Yeah, that's a fertility symbol. In some cultures, round women are beautiful. Let's see if my tweet, oh, did he delete my tweet? Oh, damn. I think he deleted my tweet. Wait. Oh dear. Yeah, I think Peterson might have deleted my tweet actually, because I wrote something, because the frustrating thing about Peterson and his ilk is that they think they have the entire world figured out, but all of their knowledge of the world seems to be restricted to one tiny culture in one tiny geographical region of the world. It's like they seem completely non-cognizant about other cultures. They seem completely they don't seem cognizant of the fact that, well, basically standards, even beauty standards, change throughout time. And what the impression I get is that Peterson seems to know a lot less than he actually makes himself out to know, right? Yeah, let's see if my tweet is here. Oh shit, I think he actually deleted it. Damn. Yeah, I was actually talking about, Tang Dynasty beauty. Like, you might not know this, but ancient Chinese beauty standards were very, very different from modern Chinese beauty standards, which are more Western rather than ancient Chinese. I'm talking about the Tang Dynasty, which went on from 618 to 907. I'm looking for that tweet that I dropped him, but it seems to have been deleted, unfortunately. Oh dear. Oh no. I thought he was a big, strong, macho man who could handle a bit of criticism. Or now that, he has been, he has been shell-shocked by facts. He had to delete my tweet for fear of, yeah, I think he deleted it. Oh, well, that's fine. Let me just look through this one more time. I really, oh, damn. Did he really get rid of it? Dang, dang, dang. Okay, well, in that case, let's look for the curious confusion. People, oh, there we are. Let's see if you can find that tweet that I dropped. Ah, shit. I think he got rid of it. Oh, that's the one. Replying to Jordan Peterson. Yep. Okay, that's the thing. Let's find it. Okay, just give me a minute, yeah? Oh, well, I did leave it, but I think the text is gone for some reason. Anyways, I'll recite the tweet again for you. I basically was saying that this full gentrified bogan, Jordan Peterson, a bogan is the Australian word for chav, knows a lot less about culture and history than he makes himself out to, right? He makes himself out to be this omniscient, all-knowing being that knows everything about the world and about the past, the present, and even the future. But the thing about Peterson is that if he'd known that, our preferences when, of beauty were not, we're not biological, but culturally influenced. I mean, if he even known about the different beauty standards in different culture, he would not be laboring under the delusion that, every man around the world throughout every point in history is basically into thin women, basically, because cultures change. I mean, standards of beauty changes throughout the ages. Every culture has a different standard of beauty as well. In fact, like fat men in Tonga are considered rather attractive, you know. That's, of course, unthinkable in the Western world. But the thing about Peterson and his followers is that they think they know the whole world. They think they have the whole world figured out. But their knowledge seems to be constricted to post-World War II Western culture. And they don't know, or rather, excuse me, let me phrase it. They seem to know little about anything that goes on beyond the four corners of the Western world. Like, they don't even know the difference between collectivism and conformity. Like, they say that we in the West have individuality because we're not these collectivist societies. I mean, they talk about it as if it's some kind of a conformist drone-like mentality, but it's not. It's and basically, let's take a look at the next part. Okay. Rage away, panderers, and tell me you believe that such images are not conscious and cynical manipulation by the oh so virtuous politically correct. See, again, I think that's the one I replied to. I don't think, sorry, he didn't actually delete my tweet. I think it's there. Yeah. Where is it? Might be able to find it. Rage away, panderers. Oh dear. It's not there. That's funny. Okay, so basically Peterson is basically going on about how, basically the right wing, I mean, people, the majority, the silent majority are being forced to bow to the vocal minority, Well, as a matter of fact, he's just making a mountain out of a molehill. Nobody gives a shit that you like thin women, okay? Because just because that happens to be part of your modern Western cultural zeitgeist, nobody gives a shit. Like thin women for all you care. But when you see a bigger woman on a swimsuit cover, literally nobody is forcing you to jack off to that woman, right? Nobody's forcing you to jack off to her. I don't understand why he's sort of so triggered. It's like, dude, you say the West has freedom, individuality, right? Although it's the West that forces one rigid body type on everybody. You say the West is freedom, individuality. This woman is expressing her freedom, individuality. And yet, why are you so triggered, man? There's no shortage of thin women in media, okay? You can just pick another ad if you don't like it. Okay. Another case of irony. See, I've always considered Peterson to be a man of ugly contradictions. Because on one hand, he basically is one of those freedom of speech, free speech, oh, facts don't care about your feelings, no room for snowflakes kind of guys. But when he feels that, he's been backed in a corner or rather when he feels that people are biting him back too hard, then suddenly he starts playing the victim. Like, the endless flood of vicious insult is really not something that can be experienced anywhere else. I like to follow the people I know, but I think the incentive structure of the platform makes it intrinsically and dangerously insane. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing I notice about many right-wingers is like, not just Peterson, but you go on these far-right red pill groups and they are so aggressive, they're so hateful and abrasive. They say like, women over the age of 30 who are not married are damaged goods, like community property, the village bicycle. They say stuff like that. And then when you leave nasty comments on their channel, they say, why can't you be more respectful? Why can't you disagree respectfully? Like, dude, you basically called people like damaged goods, community property, and village bicycle. And basically, for what I see in the modern American and Canadian right wing, not even Canadian, I don't think most Canadian right wing, oh yeah, actually there's Stefan Molyneux, but even Molyneux has got, he kind of watches his tongue more. many right-wingers, they in this day and age, they have this Tom Buchanan kind of rules of propriety, if you will, in the sense that other people around them have to be proper, but they can say whatever they want, but other people have to be respectful. So like, it's all free speech, yeah, and basically no room for snowflakes, express what you want, say what you want, I'll say what you want, you can say what you want, blah blah blah. But the moment their feelings get hurt, oh my God, then you'll see just how soft these right-wing snowflakes really are, Jordy, you are not a victim, okay? You're just a soft lobster. Another oxymoron for you.